Hey everybody, Daddy's back again, and we got a really interesting one this week. I have a new guest with me, DanTheMan. DanTheMan 15, is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I go by in Discord, but you can also find me on my YouTube channel, Stout Gaming. But thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure, and we had a lot of fun building this team too. It's an interesting one this week. So Dan's a new coach. He's got a team that a lot of people consider one of the best. I know that you were a little upset with me because I rated you a little bit lower than other people did.
No, I'm just, do we play? I feel like we play this season, so hopefully I get the opportunity to show you why my team is one of the best.
Your team is sick. Your team is really good, I will say.
I've enjoyed building with it so far, but helping you build with yours was definitely an interesting experience too, and you should absolutely fire me after this week, just based on this pace that I'm looking at. I have no idea what we were doing.
You know, it's like, it started out kind of crazy, because I think as soon as I opened what I had initially, you're like, Poliwrath. Interesting. I think those were your choice of words.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, so... started out, the Poliwrath just felt really good this week. I just felt like Poliwrath had a good matchup into like almost everything on Zero's team except for like maybe the Meowstick. I felt like there was a lot of things it could do. Now, I talked to you about maybe using Belly Drum, but that probably there wasn't a reliable way to really get that going. So you were like, why don't we Scarf it or Choice Banded or do something like that? So we decided to go with hyper-offensive Poliwrath this week with a Choice Band. Close combat's hitting a big chunk of Zero's team for a lot of damage. High horsepower, liquidation, rock slide. The coverage is really nice. We didn't know really what to put in the fourth slot, so you were like, when in doubt, just throw rock slide on there. You might get a flinch. You might pick up a lucky KO here and there. So, what was that?
I said, yeah, exactly. That's great fourth slot filler for choice item Pokemon, or AV.
Yeah, Rock Slide is a move that I didn't really plan on using, but hey, it's there, right? It's a good move to have. This was the Mon that I thought was going to really kind of make or break the team this week. And I think the more that we talked about it, I think you kind of bought into it a little bit more too as we went on.
Absolutely buy into it, especially running some calcs and seeing that banded close combat can one-shot some unboosted Registeels, so you can definitely threaten the most threatening setup option on her team.
Yeah, Registeel was really scary this week. That's why Sylveon was kind of one of those mons that I was like, I'm not sure if I really want to bring it, because I know the Registeel is going to be the biggest threat on Zero's team, but we decided to go with a Choice Scarf set, so it's outspeeding everything after an Icy Wind from Tauros, which you see right below it. Now, another thing that we didn't consider was Pixelate into potential neutralizing gas. Could be problematic. So pretty soon we'll see if that played a role.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't keep the Sylveon in the field too much in front of Wheezing when avoidable, because that's just annoying to deal with the poison coverage as well.
It's a problem, and we didn't run Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam or anything like that, so Wheezing neutralizing gas wasn't really a consideration in this Sylveon set. Tauros is sort of like standard offensive support, so Icy Wind to get that speed control. Tauros outspeeds most of her team, except Excelgor, which I didn't really expect to come, so it was calced to outspeed everything else. Icy Wind makes Sylveon go first. That's kind of the plan. Body Slam is a nice chunk of damage. Close combat hits a lot of those mons like Registeel for quite a bit of damage. And then Helping Hand, because we're not running Protect this week.
Yeah, and the Icy Wind would also let the Poliwrath outspeed Regigigas and pick up a KO there, in case that's the direction that potential lead matchups turned into.
Right. And then just in case we wanted to go slow, in case we wanted to set up the Trick Room, we got Dusk Noir here. Haze to sort of counteract that Registeel if it really gets going with some big boosted, Iron Defense, Amnesia, whatever kind of set Registeel could potentially run. Magnezone felt like it could be a pretty good Registeel counter this week, and then we started to go a little wild with the moves here. Do you want to talk about this set a little bit? You remember this one?
Yeah, I remember this one. So we've got Iron Defense, Body Press, Magnezone. The set that we have set up after an Iron Defense is generally 1v1ing most Registeels. It also has Thunderbolt coverage, which is useful into the team. And then we gave it Rest and Lumberry for some godforsaken reason. But it does give it a lot of staying power, especially after an Iron Defense, because we were able to put a lot of special defense on this thing. So it gets really bulky. You have to chip it down, and then you can heal to full with Rest once for free. So I think the Magnezone set, it definitely would catch people off guard. Is it good in a vacuum? Probably not. But in this week in particular, is it good? Maybe, and I'm sure I'm about to find out. But it's interesting, at least. It's conceptually decent into this team.
Yeah, Magnezone, it definitely felt like it was going to be pivotal this week. The set that we devised, I don't think that we were certain it would work, but we were certain that it would be interesting and fun. So decided to go with it. I mean, Magnezone is super bulky, and we were thinking there's not really a ton of ground coverage on the opposition side. So you know what? Let's throw it out there. Let's see if we can get some body presses of our own going. Maybe trap in that Registeel. And sort of outlast the Registeel, which sounds like a crazy strategy, and it kind of is. But this week we were going a little wild. The last one here is the Eviolite Rhydon, which is extremely bulky. Not so much on the special side, but on the physical side,
A decent special bulk.
Not bad with Eviolite, right? Pretty high HP. So, the bulk's decent, and the attack is super high. It always surprises me how high Rhydon's attack is. But we got high horsepower and Rock Slide as the stab moves. I know that Rock Slide is a support move, according to some other coaches. But on Rhydon, it's packing a punch. Also, Brick Break, just in case they get screens set up, and fighting coverage is good into quite a few mons on the other team. And Swords Dance, because when we got down to the Rhydon, this was the only mon that might be running Protect. And I said, forget about it. We're not doing Protect this week. We don't need it, right?
It was that and the Tauros, we put Helping Hand on it, so it didn't have to Protect either.
Right. Let's find out if we did need Protect this week. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into this one.
All right. So let's get started here. Should I go back to see the team preview for you? Probably.
No, I can see it on the underneath your screen, but this works.
Yeah, I'll make it a little more clear here. So any surprises?
Let's see. I mean, the fact that both Noibat and Girder are here are interesting, and Noibat and the Meowstick, so you're definitely gonna have some sash pressure on this team. No Regigigas, it didn't surprise me. It didn't look great this week, and no Weezing does surprise me, because Weezing looked really good into you. I do think that the Magnezone set looks a lot better into this team than it has any right to, and so does the Poliwrath, because Close Combat is hitting half this team for super effective damage, and the other half are NFEs and or Meowsticks, so they're not actually that bulky. So if I'm you in this situation, I'm doing something like lead Tauros, Poliwrath, I'm clicking Icy Wind, and I'm just clicking Close Combat and blowing something up. But yeah, we might as well dive on into it and see what the actual lead was here.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprises to me were, one, the Noibat and also the Meowstick. Did you notice anything special about this one?
It's female.
That's right. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. It makes sense, competitive, with me bringing potentially Intimidate. So
are female and male not separate entities in this league?
They normally are. This season they are not, because we forgot to switch them. We normally do it.
I didn't want to say something because I was going to sound real stupid talking about like how I was prepping for Prankster if it was female Meowstick the whole time. But yeah, I absolutely noticed that as a female Meowstick.
Yeah, I caught it after, or maybe it wasn't me, somebody, but I remember I talked about it too. Somebody drafted Meowstick and it was like, oh crap, we forgot to specify. Male and female are pretty different. But yeah, so we got female this week. So here we go into the leads.
All right, so we do get so we're not going with the fast mode, so we're going Trick Room with the start, Dusknoir Rhydon. Trick Room's going to be harder to deny, especially with this team. Taunt makes a lot of sense, but you do just get to either click Swords Dance or Rock Slide almost for free. Meowstic, does it get grass coverage? I feel like every Pokemon that's a Psychic type gets like Grass Knot or Energy Ball. But I don't know. If that's going on, then Trick Room feels kind of free here unless that Noibat's packing Taunt, because I don't think we have Mental Herb this week.
Yeah, I felt like Taunt was probably coming out. We also see the Tanga Berry on the Meowstic.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that does, but which one's Tanga Berry?
Tanga Berry is the bug berry.
Okay.
So I believe that was preparation for Golisopod.
Rock Slide here just looks good. I probably just click either Ally Switch Rock Slide or more likely just Trick Room Rock Slide and force them to have it. And even if they have it, you're still dealing so much damage into this league.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I did one of the things that you suggested. So we see the Fake Out, and here's the Ally Switch.
The Ally Switch. And then is this a Taunt? Yeah. Okay.
So
you do see it's a Taunt. What item did we have on the Dusknoir this game?
Dusknoir has the Aguave Berry.
Okay,
I switched it. It was because I had that weird like leftovers set that I was going to run originally. So I switched it like last second. Probably
so in this situation, I expect something similar, like a Rock Slide and then just Poltergeist the Meowstic. Seems like it would do decently well. Moving into turn 2 here. Yeah, Shadow Ball comes on out. I assume this is going to be a Taunt. Poltergeist went first. Meowstic's dead. Yeah, that's a great turn. Let's see what this thing actually went for. Whirlwind. Okay, so that's how it's denying Trick Room. This feels great for you.
Yeah, it did feel great. The Whirlwind was really interesting tech. They probably figured I was going for Trick Room there, and I decided just take them out. I figured there might be a Taunt coming, so.
Yeah, I like that play on your end, and I'd be a little nervous if that was a Registeel, but it's not. I mean, Hyper Voice is free because it's Scarf. Noibat's not going to get Tailwind up. Walrein can probably take out the Rhydon here, but what do you have in the back besides the Dusknoir?
I'm about to find out.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's Magnezone, you switch. If it's anything else, you probably just sack, but I like that switch. And it went into... That's interesting.
Yeah, I think the plan was maybe to take out Sylveon in 2 hits, but calling a switch here might have been a good play too. Yeah,
you should win here just by clicking Hyper Voice and then Thunderbolt into the Walrein.
Yes,
right?
And
yeah,
that's exactly what we'll see.
Yeah, Gerda survives. Sylveon goes down. Walrein does not survive this, even with a Wakan Berry.
Girder pretty chunky to survive that Hyper Voice.
Yeah. I think that's got to be a Violet Girder.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And then you win here because he has to just go for a crit and then just nothing but misses on Poltergeist, which isn't out, but...
Yeah, there's not much she could do there. I still had the Rhydon in the back also, so even if somehow Poltergeist kept missing, there's not really any way.
And I don't actually think you revealed any speed tier techs with that Sylveon or with the Magnezone. So I like the win, and I like that you preserved information there decently well, just based off of what you were facing.
Yeah, definitely wanted to make sure I kept that Magnezone strat, concealed. So
I think here you absolutely need to lead the Poliwrath Tauros, though, because they 100% hard pivot into the Registeel game this game.
Yeah,
but
also noticing they had ways to shut down my Trick Room setup, right?
Yeah.
She was definitely prepared for that Dusknoir style lead, so.
Yeah, but let's take a look here. Okay, we do see the Poliwrath Tauros, that makes sense. Hydreigon's dead. Or Registeel. I don't know which one's dead. One of them's dead. Registeel's dead because that one's the setup threat. I just Icy Wind close combat the Registeel slot.
Mm-hmm.
Icy Wind to just make sure you go before this Hydreigon. Okay, never mind. Hydreigon's not dead because it's Chople. So I would have targeted the Registeel if I'm you in that situation.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think I made a little misplay here. I didn't think about Chople. I was like, Hydreigon could be a threat. I feel like I kind of have the Registeel covered. That was my thought process. Was it the right play? I don't think so. Absolutely not. Especially Troupple Berry's nice tech. So
yeah, Troupple Berry's good tech. And now I don't know if you outspeed this Registeel anymore on the Poliwrath, even after another Icy Wind, because you don't drop the Registeel speed. So if it survives this turn, well, I'm very curious because weakness policy Registeel is interesting. With Earthquake.
Yeah, so another thing that I didn't think about was potential weakness policy. Registeel Earthquake is some serious ground coverage into that Magnezone I brought.
Yeah, well, it's not the normal Registeel set, so it's not. I think that's okay with that not being on your radar. Protect's good there, but if I'm you probably go up close combated the Hydreigon with the Tauros, body slammed it. Okay, and then you went for close combat again. Yeah, that checks out. I consider double switching in this situation if I'm you. I see you're just leaving everything in, but I don't think the fake out was necessarily the call on their end either. I think the Meowstic needs to go into the Poliwrath.
Agreed. Yeah, I think at least switching out the Poliwrath, maybe. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think a switch out was probably the play for me here. And then, yeah, a Psychic into Poliwrath slot. It covers for either the Poliwrath staying or for a switch, right?
Yeah, but you're not getting punished for it under this situation unless this Registeel is really fast. Okay, you're getting punished for it.
So the Iron Head must have been predicting a Sylveon switch?
Sylveon switch, or just knowing that you're at -1 and that's going to kill.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's always going to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this is a rough spot for you. Hyper Voice won't take out the Meowstic, I don't think. Mystical Fire plus Close Combat might kill the Registeel, so maybe that's the way to go, because you should still outspeed it on the Tauros, would be my guess. And I don't know if Meowstic can kill Tauros, because Tauros has decent bulk and Meowstic's a Meowstic.
Right.
But this isn't a great situation, but that's probably what I do as a double up. Okay. Hyper Voice would have been my second choice, but Meowstic can kill the Tauros. Okay.
And what I was thinking here is I already lost, is what I'm thinking, right? So I just want to kind of conceal my move sets for the next game. I feel like this one's already a wash. I got Magnezone coming in the back. There's no way I can win.
Yeah, Shadow Ball, and then what? Just Earthquake right here?
Just Earthquake.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. You do get information that the Registeel is faster than the Magnezone there, which is important for you.
Big turnaround. Zeros.
Yeah.
It played a really, it made a really nice adjustment here. So really, really strong game 2 from her.
I think you keep the same lead here, if I'm you. But let's see,
well,
because there's a play adjustment you can make there. But okay, Sylveon Poliwrath, I don't hate that. Meowstic, Walrein. See, yeah, this is why I would have liked the same lead, because you could have Icy Winded and then Liquidation the Meowstic, which I imagine takes it out. But here, the Meowstic's threatening the Poliwrath. So you probably need to switch the Poliwrath out. But you do get Alpha, like a fat Hyper Voice here, which is nice. Okay, so keeping the Poliwrath in. Well, now you're in a great position. Yeah, now you just Hyper Voice and Close Combat the Walrein slot. And now you Hyper Voice Close Combat the Registeel slot. Oh, you went into the Registeel slot. Oh, that actually makes sense because of a Protect. That was a good play on your part.
Yeah, I went for the read here. So after we get the damage on the Meowstic here with the Hyper Voice, I figure either the Meowstic is going to die to another Hyper Voice or the Meowstic is going to switch. And if the Meowstic switches, I'm going to pick up the KO here. So that's what I went for.
That's really good targeting on your end. You kill the Registeel, that's massive because, well, now you're locked in and she should know that it's Choice Banded now, but with what you have on the field versus what she has, if you are willing to make a switch out with this Poliwrath against this Meowstic, you are going to be in great shape. There we go. Yep. And then you just get the Hyper Voice again. Meowstick goes down, and then you get to just send in. Do you survive? That's nice. Then you get to just send in Poliwrath late game. Here, you probably go down to a Mach Punch onto the Sylveon. Yep. And then you get to just start Icy Wind and Close Combat. Or Icy Wind and then Ride On stuff. I don't like that play as much.
Switching in Ride On?
No, I don't like the Body Slam play there, because I think the win con for you is always going to be Poliwrath, and I don't know how fast the girder is. I think it has the potential, if it's like very, very fast, to outspeed where we had the Poliwrath. But
yeah, I guess what I was thinking is the Walrein threatens the Poliwrath not at all. So yeah. I was like, well, let's just try to take out the girder, and then Poliwrath can win from there. Is what I was thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, doubling it makes sense if you did double it, or if you use Rock Slide here. Okay. So that'll not go down because it's right on. Get under the Body Slam. Going for the Paras, I'm okay with. Right on goes down. Now you, Icy Wind close combat, or do you trust that you're faster in Body Slam close combat here? Helping Hand close combat, that should kill it. Liquidation kills it. Yeah. Really clean. Like I said, in Game 2, I did think that the hesitancy from switching, I think the double switch could have given you potentially the momentum in the late game against that Registeel, and just letting everything go down that turn instead really put you on the back foot. But otherwise, I think you played the set really cleanly, and I think especially the Poliwrath really showed up this week. Sad we never got to see Iron Defense Body Press from the Magnezone, but based on what she brought, it didn't necessarily need to be a huge part of your plan this week, so that makes sense. But overall, I think that was really solidly played on both of your end.
Yeah, rewatching the replays a couple times now. I watched it by myself, and then I watched it with you. I definitely see some misplays that were made on both sides. Even in Game 3, where I ended up winning, I think, as you called out correctly, I think there's a couple different things that I could have clicked there that probably would have made it more safer, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's always, everything you were doing was probably winning, but if you think about, like, okay, what is the series of events that it would take for me to lose from this dominant position? One of them is the girder being faster than the Poliwrath for some godforsaken reason. And I have no reason to believe that it was, but that was just in my mind is, okay, this is a potential lose con for you, which made me a little nervous, but it wasn't likely at all.
Yeah, I think the only way it could be faster is if it was, like, scarfed, right? And we already
know it's a Violet, yeah.
Right.
Wait, what's your speed over there? Because we're not max speed, we're adamant. So
yeah, what was it?
I don't know how to check
it was
that.
Pretty fast.
Okay, I mean, it's possible that she had no way to outspeed you, in which case it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But I just knew we were adamant, which made me nervous in case it was close to max speed. But looking at her sets here, they were not, so you didn't really have a lose con there.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Kind of all in on the Registeel against my team this week, and then the counter trick room here is interesting. Super Fang's nice, get some damage, but it's a Noibat, right?
Yeah, with Whirlwind. Let's see, Tanga Meowstick. I'm not sure how I feel about max speed Hydreigon. That's probably some wasted speed EVs somewhere, but it's also really bulky with the Bulldoze, Dark Pulse, and the Roar for another counter Trick Room option. That's a creative set. It's really good into hard Trick Room, but if you're not going hard Trick Room, I feel like it's worse into your team than a couple other sets. But I do like it as a lead option to make sure you don't lose to Trick Room.
Yeah, it definitely surprised me. Definitely surprised me, right? I didn't really expect to see Bulldoze. I didn't even know this thing got Bulldoze, right? With the weakness policy, Registeel to slow everything else down. So that game 2, I was really caught off guard by that. I thought that was some interesting tech.
Yeah. Overall, I think the team this week lined up decently well into the team that she ended up bringing, even if it wasn't at all what we expected her to bring. So I guess you just had a lot of tools on the team that made it useful, and the Poliwrath for cleanup, which was very nice in games 1 and 3.
Yeah, it was really fun to be able to use Poliwrath this week, and this is one of the more fun teams I've built in quite a while. So I really appreciate you coming on with me, Dan, and helping me set up this wild team that didn't run Protect.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd thank me, but we did get the win, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and we had a good time.
Welcome, I guess. Yeah.
We had fun. That's what really matters.
Absolutely.
Any closing statements?
Nope. I've enjoyed being on, and thank you for having me with this kind of like weekly team building / game commentary little setup thing you have going on. It's really unique, and I've watched the other ones, and I've found them to be enjoyable so far. So I think it's really unique how you have that sort of team building and commentary sort of hybrid thing. So it's definitely something that you should keep doing moving forward, because it's unique to you and it's very good content.
Awesome, man. Well, that's nice to hear, and thanks for joining me. Welcome to the league. Look forward to seeing some more of your content this season too. Are you going to be coming out with anything in the coming weeks?
I might be doing some content. A lot of my channel, I do a lot of Wi-Fi leagues as well, so most of my stuff is not Showdown, just because I find the Wi-Fi in-game video to be just better than
Absolutely.
the 2D pixels. But late in the season, I might be doing something. Not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure I play Tay next week. Maybe I'll do something specifically for that one. But yeah. You might be seeing some content from me for this league, especially as some of my other ones are wrapping up. I'm in 5 right now, but as that number dwindles down, I'll have more time to do a couple. Have more time to focus on content for all of them instead of just picking and choosing.
Yeah, awesome. Dan versus Tay is a big matchup. I'm going to be looking forward to that one. Maybe we'll do another collaboration sometime this season, huh? We'll see.
But yeah, absolutely. I'd enjoy it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Dan, and thanks everybody for tuning in. See you later, guys.